So many real estate agents are actually sitting on an incredibly powerful productivity stack, but they might not even realize they're not using it to its full potential. So today, we're going to change that. We're going to unlock the AI assistants you probably already have access to and turn the tools you use every day into an absolute powerhouse for your business. Does this sound familiar? It's that feeling, right? You're just drowning in a sea of contracts, market reports, client emails, MLS sheets, you name it. You have all this information at your fingertips, but trying to find the key insights and actually turn them into action, well, that feels like a full-time job all by itself. So, where do we even begin to tackle that mountain of paperwork? Well, the first step is to build a rock-solid foundation. And for that, we're going to start with a tool that's probably already the center of your universe, Google Drive. The absolute best way to think about Google Drive is as your personal digital filing cabinet. But it's way more than just storage. It's the one single, organized, super secure place for everything, from client contracts to all your listing photos. Getting everything into one central hub is the critical first step to working smarter, not harder. And look, there are some really good reasons why this is our home base. First off, you get a ton of space, 15 gigs for free. You can grab any file you need from your phone, your tablet, your laptop, wherever you are. And the search function? Oh, it's incredible. It literally reads the text inside your PDFs and documents to find exactly what you're looking for. Plus, sharing files with clients or your team and working with Microsoft Office files, it's totally seamless. Okay, so once we've got our foundation, our digital filing cabinet all neat and tidy, now it's time for the really fun part. Let's add the intelligence layer. Let's meet the two AI powerhouses from Google that are going to completely change how you work with all that information you've so carefully stored. First up, let's talk about Gemini. Think of Gemini as your brilliant, super creative partner. It's what we call a generalist AI. It's been trained on a truly massive amount of information from, well, basically the entire internet, and it can even search the web in real time to get you the most up-to-date info. This is where Gemini really shines. We're talking about all those broad, creative tasks. It can whip up amazing listing descriptions, write professional client emails, brainstorm ideas for virtual staging, come up with a whole new marketing plan. You get the idea. It's like your creative Swiss Army knife. Okay, now for your second assistant, Notebook LM. And I need you to listen closely because this one is a totally different beast. The best way to think of it is as your dedicated private research analyst. And here's the most important part, and this is absolutely crucial. It only reads the documents that you give it, nothing else. And that right there, that's the absolute game changer, especially for your line of work. Notebook LM is what's called source grounded. Because it only uses your documents, it doesn't just make stuff up. It doesn't hallucinate. Every single answer it gives you is tied directly back to your material with a citation. This means you can trust it with sensitive files like contracts, inspection reports, and financial data. Total peace of mind. So let's just put them side by side to make it super clear. Gemini is your creative director, right? It uses the whole web to generate new ideas for you. Notebook LM, on the other hand, is your super focused analyst. It gives you trustworthy insights based only on your private documents. They're two different tools built for two very different but equally important jobs. All right, so Gemini is great, Notebook LM is great, but honestly, where the real magic happens is when we start connecting them together. This simple, repeatable workflow is what's going to save you hours and hours every single week. And it's this super simple three-step dance. That's it. First, you store everything in Google Drive. That's your foundation. Second, when you need deep, accurate insights, you analyze specific documents by putting them in Notebook LM. And third, you create by connecting that expert notebook directly to Gemini so you can combine your trusted facts with its incredible creative power. Okay, enough with the theory, right? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What does this actually look like when you're in the trenches, day-to-day, trying to close a deal? Let's walk through some real-world examples that turn that tedious, busy work into time you can use to actually sell homes. Okay, scenario number one, we've all been there. You've got this absolutely stunning new luxury property, but you're just staring at a blank page trying to come up with marketing copy that actually does it justice. So instead of struggling with that blinking cursor, you just pop open Gemini. You upload the photos of that gorgeous kitchen and give it a prompt just like this one. Gemini will literally look at the images, it sees the marble countertops, the Viking range, the custom cabinets, and instantly it drafts this beautiful, on-brand description that's ready to go straight into the MLS. All right, next up, this happens all the time. Your client sends you this monster of a document, a dense 20-page market report, or maybe a guide to local insurance regulations for your out-of-state buyer. Your job is to somehow boil all that down into simple, actionable advice. This is a job that is made for Notebook LM. You just drop that guide in and you ask it a simple question like this. It will read the entire document in seconds and pull out the absolute most critical takeaways, like, say, the importance of roof age or wind mitigation inspections. And it'll even tell you the exact page where it found that info. You get an expert summary in seconds, no guesswork involved. Okay, let's talk about one of those classic admin tasks that just eats up your day. A client pings you and asks for a list of available two-bedroom properties in a certain neighborhood. Normally, that means digging up a spreadsheet, filtering, copying, pasting, and then drafting a whole new email. But check this out. With everything connected, you don't even have to leave Gmail. You just open Gemini right there in your inbox and use a prompt like this. It'll go into your Google Sheet in real time, pull only the relevant listings, and draft a perfect professional email for you to just review and hit send. What used to take 15 minutes now takes, 30 seconds? Okay, this one is huge. I mean, this is where you really earn your commission and protect your client. You get back a 50-page home inspection report. Your job is to cut through all the noise and identify the real issues that matter. And this is where Notebook LM becomes your secret weapon, your personal analyst. You upload that PDF and give it this incredibly simple prompt. It will scan that whole report, pull out every single issue, from a major electrical problem down to a tiny cracked tile, and then organize them by severity for you. This lets you and your client immediately focus on what truly matters. So when you pull back and look at all this, what does it really mean for your business? This isn't just about saving a few minutes here and there. Adopting this way of working gives you a fundamental, undeniable competitive edge in the market. And this brings us to maybe the most important point of all. Let's be really clear about something. AI is not going to replace great real estate agents. Clients will always, always hire you for your judgment, your negotiation skills, and your trust. But agents who leverage AI to handle the busy work, to generate deeper insights faster, and to communicate more effectively, they're simply going to operate at a completely different level. And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? When you get to offload all that grinding, administrative work that drags you down, what else becomes possible? It means more time for what actually moves the needle, being face-to-face with clients, building your network, and ultimately closing more deals.